Hello, testing, testing. Hello. Hey, it's Brian. Welcome to the awards contender. And I'm nervous. We are getting very, very close to the Oscars. So I will wait for you guys to come online. Help me through this madness. Hello. Welcome. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me talking? I'm not mute, I hope. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. You're an hour earlier than I thought. I put 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. I thought that was good. So what I thought I would do today, you guys, is go through, at minimum, the top categories, just kind of talk my way through, answer your questions, because we are just a little over 24 hours away from the show. And I mean, I'm like spinning. Like, if you guys have been watching my prediction videos, I'm kind of going against the grain. Like, like everybody is going with one battle in picture, Madigan and Penn, and I'm like spiraling. I'm like, am I just going crazy here? I have this gut feeling Sinners is going to do really well tomorrow night. I've been seeing some people making some last minute changes. Oscar expert and Brother Bro. Like, I haven't watched it. I just looked. Brother Bro has a new video saying, "Oh, I'm switching," and I'm not gonna do that, guys. Like I'm not tomorrow morning. I'm not gonna come on here and say I'm switching to one battle. Like, if it's not Sinners, fine. Like, I'll be okay. Like, I don't have to get everything right. I've got this gut feeling about Sinners, and I'm just going for it. And if it doesn't pan out, fine. One Battle is my favorite film of the year. So if it's that, I'm not going to be mad, Something I've been thinking about, guys, a year ago, even though I loved Mikey Madison and Honora, I was like, at the end there, I was all in on Demi Moore. And when she lost, I was kind of disappointed in the moments. Even though Mikey Madison was my favorite performance of the year, I'm not doing that this year, guys. Tomorrow night, if it's Penn, if it's Madigan, if it's one battle in picture, I'm all good. I'm not going to sit there and mope. Like, okay, so I get some top predictions wrong. So what? Like, those would be my choices. Like, if I was voting. So I'm like, Brian, like, do not pull the Demi Moore thing again this year. Don't do it. Like, enjoy the show the best you can. I will be live streaming, of course, tomorrow, you guys. And just trying to sort through all my emotions. And the one thing I am promising myself tomorrow night, if I'm wrong about Sinners, it doesn't do as well as I hope. Like, it's going to be fine. Like, pretty much anything that wins tomorrow night in like the top categories, I will be thrilled. So I'm not doing that again. So yeah, so I will we'll start with picture, kind of work our way down, and then once we get past the acting categories, I'll answer your questions. If you want me to talk more about a specific below the line category, I can. I just like I made my Razzie video for this morning. I don't know if you guys watched that. I was like, I have to complete the trifecta. I reacted to the nominations. I gave my predictions last month. I'm like, well, I have to like react to the wins. So I put that video out for you guys this morning. And then like I have something going on this afternoon. I can't stay like forever. I should be able to stay a good 90 minutes, but I do have something to get to eventually. But I'm like, I'm not doing anything for the channel today. I should like do a live stream, like talk my way through this. But don't think, you guys, I'm gonna make some big changes here. I'm not coming on here today in this live stream. Guess what, you guys? I am going with Madigan and one battle in picture. Like, I'm not doing that. But I will talk my way through it, as we'll talk about in supporting actress. I am definitely feeling better right now about Madigan's chances in supporting actress. I mean, not just because everyone's kind of like going to her side. I'm just like, maybe it is Madigan. Maybe I'm reading too much into the lone nominee thing. But we'll talk about it. I am still on team Wunmi Mosaku to win. I still think that can happen. But I do think Sinners needs to win Best Picture. Let me be very clear. I also switched to Sinners after SAG, but DGA PGA combo with director and screenplay makes one battle unbeatable. Also, I'm sticking with Timmy. So, I mean, like winning PGA and DGA, yes, that is a very strong combo. It's not unbeatable. Both La La Land and Parasite won, or sorry, both La La Land and 1917 won PGA and DGA rights, and they didn't win picture. And Parasite went on to win both picture and director. So in the last decade, we have two examples, two films that appeared to be strong enough to take both picture and director, and they didn't. So, it's been a while. Like the last few years, Best Picture has been pretty well sewn up. I mean, some people a year ago might have been predicting Conclave in picture, right? I like floated that briefly. I was like, maybe it's Conclave in picture, but then at the end I went with Honora, and that was right. But like Oppenheimer was obvious, Everything Everywhere was obvious, even Coda was kind of obvious at the end. I mean, it definitely had the momentum. The thing I keep going back to, guys, talking about Best Picture, I know it makes more sense to predict one battle. That is the smart pick. That is the smart choice. And it's, like probably one battle, and I'm overthinking this, but I don't think that night at SAG meant nothing. I don't think 16 nominations means nothing. There are certain factors to that movie. It is like this giant cultural event of 2025, that movie. I mean, it took the world by storm at the box office with audiences and critics, and it has hung on now for 11 months. It's been doing so well. It can't really win picture anywhere, including PGA. And that's like one of the big strikes against it. If it is one battle, I will say, yeah, Brian, you overthought that one. I have this feeling maybe it doesn't dominate, maybe it doesn't win like a ton of things, but like even if it only wins one acting prize, even like I still think it can win picture. It's going to be interesting. I've been thinking today, guys, I'm like, I hope they have supporting actor first, and if it is Delroy Lindo, I get that right. It's like this crazy, shocking moment. I will be able to relax the whole ceremony, because if Delroy Lindo wins, Sinners is winning picture 100%, I think. So, if it's Penn and supporting actor, I'll be like, okay. And then if it's Madigan, I'll say, all right, it's probably going to be one battle, but, we shall see. So, I mean, as we all know, right? Best Picture tomorrow night, it's Sinners or one battle. Like, we haven't even talked about the other 8 nominees. It's like they don't even exist. I think like I've been watching a lot of prediction videos this week. I think someone somewhere said maybe Hamnet, and I was like, no. Like it's two films, and they're both so strong. They both have huge factors for them, like to maybe win. That's what makes it so hard. Is that in the aftermath on Monday and Tuesday, you guys, like, if one battle wins, I will like have my reasons. Oh, obvious why that happened. Like clearly that was going to happen. And if it's Sinners, I will have my reasons why that happened. And I this is kind of a win-win for me, because One Battle After Another is my favorite film. I know some people have been confused. They're like, Brian, that's your favorite movie of the year. Why are you predicting Sinners? I really do try to not just go with my heart, you guys, and try to really think about it and like assess and not just necessarily choose the films, the performances I want to see win. I could, and that's why I'm like, Penn is kind of my choice in supporting actor. Madigan's my choice in supporting actress, and One Battle's my favorite. So it is going to be kind of weird that I'm not predicting those at the end here. And then imagine they all win. I'll be like, like, Brian, here was an example. You should have just gone with the films and performances that you wanted to see win. I don't know. Let's see. How are you guys feeling? Rooting for Kate. I was surprised to see Kate Hudson win a Razzie Award last night for Song Sung Blue, but a good one, Kate Hudson, I mean, I'm going to be honest, like we don't have to ever talk about Song Sung Blue ever again after tomorrow night, right? Like, well, I guess I will do a few retrospectives starting in April, starting like in early April. I'm not gonna talk about that movie anymore. Yeah, I mean, Amy Madigan, you guys were mentioning her a little bit in the comments. I'm like, I just like if I go with Madigan at the end here and she doesn't win, it'll just be another heartbreak, like horror performances almost never win. And the thing with Madigan, you guys, I cannot get past her being the lone nominee and she didn't sweep. And I'm like, is she really gonna win? Like not having won at the Globes, she wasn't nominated at BAFTA. Her movie is in no other category. I know most people just look past that and they're like, well, she's got the performance and she's beloved. It's a career narrative. She wins. She had that SAG moments. And maybe, but I'm still here a day in advance. I'm not convinced it's Madigan. I would love it to be her. I will celebrate. I'm not going to be disappointed or mad. I got my prediction wrong tomorrow night. I'll be like, oh my God, she did it. That'd be incredible. You know, and part of me is like, Brian, like there's a very good chance it's Madigan. So like, why not just go with it? It's one category. Just go with her. And if she does lose, then fine. Like, but like, you know, there is that thinking too. I have this feeling that Mosaku is being like, you know, she's being underestimated right now. I mean, I watched, was it yesterday, guys? I watched a predictions video where in supporting actress, they talked for 5, 6, 7 minutes, did not even mention Mosaku. Not one time. I was like, am I in the Twilight Zone here? I was like, I couldn't believe it. Like, not even mention her. She won BAFTA. You know, Mikey Madison a year ago only won BAFTA and then she won, like with the stronger film than The Substance was. So I'm like, if Sinners comes on really strong tomorrow night, even though she lost at SAG, and it's like, well, she lost there and they loved Sinners. Why didn't she win? I've been saying a long time, Sinners, you know, like it doesn't have to win everything necessarily. And SAG loves a narrative. Madigan made a lot of sense, I think, at SAG. But when you factor in everybody, I'm like, is everybody watching Weapons? I'm not entirely convinced of that. Rooting for Ariana Grande, yes. You know, yeah, in November, I thought Grande would maybe be a factor here. And like, yeah, that didn't work out. So, as you can see in my Wicked for Good Oscar fiasco video. So feelings on betting stuff, i.e. Kalshi being used for the Oscars. I got an email from them in the last week. And here's the deal, guys. Like, I am open to a sponsorship, like someone sponsoring one of my videos. But if it doesn't feel right to me, I'm not going to do it. So I'm like, Mubi, Criterion Collection or Criterion Channel, like one of them, like someone from a you know, a film streaming service or something to do with movies that I really love, appreciate, like that I would use as a sponsor to something. But like if I get an email like, hey, we would love for you to sponsor our product, and I don't really know what it is or I'm unfamiliar, and I'm just like, it just, that would feel weird to me. It would be very inauthentic for me, actually, I think, to like, one day you guys are watching my newest video and I'm hawking a product that doesn't really relate to film, and it's like, oh, Brian's doing that now? Okay. So I'm not going to do it unless it feels right to me, you know? So that's kind of how I feel about that. But yeah, I've read a couple things this week, you guys, about like, there's a lot of money like being bet this week when it comes to the Oscars. I've never bet a cent any year at the Oscars. I'm not a betting person. Right after I turned 21 years old, I went gambling. I spent $50 and I hit, it was like a cherry something, and I won $800. And I've maybe gambled a little bit 3 or 4 times since that day, but I'm still up because I remember a friend of mine, we went gambling once, like it was the nickel machines, and I spent maybe $5-10 and I won like $100. So I was up that day too. There was one time I think maybe I put in $200 and I didn't win anything, but I am up. So, you know, when it comes to my gambling days, that's just, you know, that feels kind of weird to me. You know, you might think I'm being disingenuous. Oh, Brian doesn't believe in betting like money for the Oscars. I mean, that's your whole channel is talking about the Oscars and predictions and stuff. I don't know, but when it comes to like making bets for best supporting actor and best picture, I don't know. That's not really me. Can Wagner Moura win and The Secret Agents? As my video I made in recent days suggests, yes, they can. I mean, that's been a tough one, you guys. I made that video. I love his performance in that. It's a great film. And there's still like a day in advance, there is this feeling like Best Actor is wide open. I think we're being almost, even though, I'm feeling good about it. I think some of us are being like too comfy with Michael B. Jordan. He only won at SAG. We could get a shocker in Best Actor. Like, what if it is Chalamet after everything that's gone down? After it's been what, 2 months since he last won a prize at the Globes? Maybe it is just Chalamet, and we'll be like, oh, you know. So that's where I'm like, Best Actor is kind of open enough. Like maybe Wagner Moura could pull that out. I don't think it's impossible. I'm not sure. I think it's because the film only has 4 nominations, and you have, Sinners, like 16 nominations, Jordan winning at SAG, Marty Supreme has 9 nominations. I've seen some people saying, what about DiCaprio? There are some people, like friends of mine, who are predicting DiCaprio, and I'm like, if you think Delroy Lindo is a No Guts, No Glory, to me, that's a bigger one. Like, to go with DiCaprio, I'm like, whoa. I mean, I'd have to be 100% sure One Battle was taking picture. I'm not 100% on that, so, I mean, anything can happen. Best Actor is Timothy, right? I'm curious to see how that will go down in the room tomorrow night. If it is Chalamet, does he get like this rousing standing ovation? I don't know. Like, I guess the thing I keep going back to with Chalamet is that he has the performance. Like the performance he gives in Marty Supreme is incredible. So, I'm not going to be mad if it's him. I'm not going to be like, oh man. I'm going to be like, oh, okay, awesome. Like I'm not going to be pissed off or anything. Marty Supreme is my number 3 film of the year, and he is incredible. I mean, you guys, if you've watched some of my videos, it would be disingenuous of me to come on here right now and say, I hope it's not Chalamet. I'm not going to be mad about that. I feel like the energy toward him, the positive energy, the momentum has been fading, and not just for a few weeks, like for a while. I feel like he needed to win at BAFTA. And if Chalamet had won at BAFTA, I'd be very curious, actually, to know, like, how is that going to go down? Because he won at SAG a year ago in the same category for A Complete Unknown. You could make the argument that's in parts why Michael B. Jordan won, because they weren't going to give it to Chalamet 2 years in a row. It's that he lost at BAFTA too. It seems like there's not a lot of momentum for him, but it's totally possible Chalamet pulls it off, and we're like, whoa, okay. I'm hoping for some surprises tomorrow night, you guys. It's interesting. I'm looking at a lot of prediction videos, a lot of lists and stuff, and for the most part, like everybody is kind of agreeing, and like the top categories and most of the below the lines, it's kind of like the same for everybody. And that's when I get nervous. It's like, guys, I really don't think it's just going to be everything most of us are expecting. I think in this fragmented best actor, best supporting actress, best supporting actor races we've had going back to January, it's been kind of chaotic. It's been a longer season than most. You had those incredible moments with Sinners at SAG happening right in the middle of Oscar voting. And with everybody, having to, maybe prove that they watched everything. I know there's some, like, I've heard they can just they can just push like a button, watched it. I don't know if they have to prove that they've been, they've watched everything in full, like where there's like actual monitoring of that. But there is that thinking, because it's a little bit stricter this year, maybe more members are waiting. Or they waited till day 7, day 8, like right till the end to try to see everything. And that would have been long after SAG results. And that will, play a role. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, wasn't like the SAG ceremony a year ago after Oscar voting had closed, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember right? We went into SAG like, well, we'll just get a sense of what the actors are feeling. But this year, like if SAG had happened like the weekend after Oscar voting had closed, I would probably be predicting different ways here. I'd probably be going with Penn, and I'd probably be going with One Battle in Picture, maybe still Mosaku in Supporting Actress. It's that SAG happened when everyone was voting. That's the piece of it. If Sinners comes on really strong tomorrow night, I will really be pointing to that, the fact of the timing of it all. which is kind of silly to suggest. It's like, well, if SAG had happened a week later, we'd have a different Best Picture winner. It's like, what? It's that simple? I don't know, but maybe. So how are we doing, guys? Jessie is a fact. Yeah. If anyone is going with a no guts, no glory and best actress right now, all the best luck to you, right? Like good luck to that. I mean, that's the one category. You know, if The Bride had come out 3 weeks earlier, we could be having a conversation about that. Did any of you see The Bride? I know there are some fans. I had a really miserable experience watching The Bride. I mean, she's not the problem. Like, she's trying something. It's not a lazy performance, but especially with The Bride, like bombing so colossally hard at the box office, and many people like me thinking it's a terrible film, it would not have helped Jessie Buckley's Oscar chances. I would say 99%. It wouldn't 99%, it wouldn't have had any significant effects, but it wouldn't have helped. So Oscar voting closed on March 5th and The Bride opened on March 6th. So it didn't matter, you know, including the box office results. But I do think if The Bride had come out, let's say like early February, like even before Wuthering Heights, and it bombed, and it was like, and like all throughout February, we're all talking about Jessie Buckley and Hamnet and her BAFTA chances, her SAG chances, and like that was in the aftermath of The Bride. It might have affected her somewhat, like maybe like at SAG, let's say we could have had a surprise win. I do think that's possible, but we'll never know. I remember thinking that like in January, I'm like, oh, I'm so happy The Bride is coming out March 6th, just in case it's bad, like it won't affect her. And then I sat in that theater. I was like, this is rough. This movie is not working for me. So I'm kind of like bouncing all around here, guys. Hope that's okay. I was going to be more structured and kind of go through the categories, but we're so close to the end. And it's like, let me just, answer your questions, kind of talk about what's going on here. Meryl Streep for the win. Yeah. Will Meryl Streep be back in a year for Devil Wears Prada 2? I don't really think so. Like a May 1st release. And I am of two minds about Devil Wears Prada 2. On one hand, I am so excited, like Meryl Streep's first film in like 5 years, and it's her first lead role in a long time. And Devil Wears Prada, one of my favorite films of like the 05, 06, 07 era, like of that era. I adore that movie. Anytime it's on TV, I'll watch the whole thing. But I'm also of the mind of like Devil Wears Prada 2 could be terrible. Like, be prepared. Like, it could be really bad. So I'm hoping that's not the case. Which films with more than one nomination do you think will leave empty-handed? Like right now, I'm predicting Marty Supreme is not going to win anything, which would be sad to me. I really love that film. I really think it's just Chalamet or nothing. It didn't win anything at BAFTA. So I think Marty Supreme is not going to win anything. Let's see. Bugonia is not winning anything. I think most people agree with that. F1, I still predicted in sound. That's the category. I think Sinners might pull out a surprise. Are you guys feeling that about best sounds? When I was doing my very final predictions video I put out on Thursday, I was like, Brian, go with one No Guts, No Glory Sinners pick in the below the lines. Cinematography or sound or something. I know some people are floating like maybe that wins cinematography. That's one's tough. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like the No Guts, No Glory, like emotional picks, like for Sinners, they will go more near the top. Does Sinners overtake One Battle in cinematography? Maybe. It's a female cinematographer for Sinners, so that would be historic. That would be cool. But yeah, I think Bugonia goes home with nothing. Hamnet is only winning actress. I think most people agree with that. Marty Supreme is winning nothing. The Secret Agent, I will be crossing my fingers, even though I'm not predicting it to win anything. If it takes international feature, if it wins actor, like, trust me, I am doing a live stream during the show tomorrow, and I will freak out. I will go nuts. That would be awesome. Sentimental Value, I think, will win international feature. That's what I'm predicting. I mean, maybe it goes... What does it have? 9? Maybe it's 0 for 9. Maybe it is Secret Agent instead. But and then Train Dreams, the only possible upset there would be in cinematography for Train Dreams. It's won a few things in that category. It's so beautiful to look at. But That would be a pretty wild prediction at this point. I just feel like Train Dreams, like right now, isn't overly strong to win something. So if I could have a beer with one nominee, who would it be? If I could tonight go have a beer with one Oscar nominee, I mean, you know what the honest answer is, you guys? I think it'd be Paul Thomas Anderson. To have like an hour and a half chat with PTA over a beer and talk about his career, talk about his films, I mean, that would be something, you know. Or Steven Spielberg, he's technically a nominee for Hamnet in picture. Like, to have a beer with Steven Spielberg, you know, talk about his movies, wow. It wouldn't be, you know, Michael B. Jordan because I think he's hot, you know. Like, I know Cody and I got some pushback that video where we were just like, you know, drooling over Michael B. Jordan and Wagner. I'm like, Cody brought that on. It wasn't me. he mentioned like, oh man, Michael B. Jordan would be like maybe the hottest Best Actor winner in history, and I'm like, I'm gonna agree with that. You know? So it wouldn't be someone who like I want to go on a date with. It would be a really fantastic director I have looked up to for decades. It would be Paul Thomas Anderson, I think. What would be my first question to him? Like, I mean, it would be kind of intense. You know, I'm a very structured person, so I'd probably go in chronological order. Now, let's begin, Paul, at the beginning of your career. Tell me about Heart 8. What was that experience like? I'm sticking with Mosaku and Best Supporting Actress. I'm not getting baited into Demi Moore, The Substance, Glenn Close, the wife situation again. Exactly. That's how I'm feeling about Amy Madigan. I'm getting a Glenn Close, the wife, Demi Moore, The Substance vibe there. Everyone's getting very comfy with Amy Madigan. She won at SAG. That was a moment. It's the flashiest performance in the category, and she's overdue. She's an acting veteran in her 70s. Like, you know, everyone in Hollywood adores Ed Harris and Amy Madigan, and they're going to give it to her. Maybe. But I'm just like, you know, watch, this is the one time I'm like, I'm not going to go for that narrative again. I'm not doing it. She's a lone nominee. I'm not going there. And then it is just her. I'll be like, God, I can't, you know, I just can't win here. But again, it's, you know, as I've said before in this live stream, it's like, it's a win-win. If it's Mosaku, I got my prediction right. I think that's a great performance. What a moment that will be. If it's Madigan, I'm not going to slouch down and do this. I got my prediction wrong. I'm going to be like, oh my God. You know, at the end of the day, we are celebrating films. We are celebrating performances. And if I don't do quite as well in my predictions, and, you know, most people predict Madigan, I'm not. And then it is Madigan, I'm not going to do this. It's like, whatever. It's like, let's just celebrate these incredible films and performances. I love almost everything nominated this year, so it's all good. Surratt is better than The Secret Agent. It was 10 times better movie. I disagree with that, but you are free to believe that. I got the Neon box set, and I watched the films in alphabetical order, so Surratt was near the end. It was like right before New Year's, I want to say. I watched it, and I was like, I was ready to love Surratt. And I was, to be honest, guys, I was very bored. I admired the cinematography, the sound design, certain like the technicals of Surratt, how it was designed, like on a shooting level and editing and sound and stuff was cool. But like on a narrative level, it never really grabbed me. That was just my reaction to Surratt. I know a lot of people love it. Maybe I could give it a second watch. Like I looked at Secret Agents early on, and I was like, well, I really love the acting in this, but it was kind of meandering, and I wasn't quite connecting to it. And then I looked at Secret Agent again a few months later, and really enjoyed it much more the second time. So maybe I would have that reaction to Surratt. More exciting: Sinners, one battle after another, sweeping to the end, or Chalamet, Train Dreams, Skarsgård, Madigan winning, Spread the Love, or Battle of the Juggernauts. Yeah, you know, I was thinking about it today. I'm like, there's so many things that can happen tomorrow night. Sinners does not have a great night. Let's just say it wins 4. It wins actor, it wins original screenplay, casting, and score. And that's it. That's possible. Maybe that just happens. It does about as well as I'm predicting right now. You know, it wins, 2 acting prizes, maybe a third, but at least 2, and it takes picture. You know, it wins 6 or 7. And then I'm like, I mean, it's possible. It's a very small possibility, you guys. what if it does even better than I'm predicting? It wins director, it wins cinematography, it wins sound, it wins like 8 or 9. Like, what if that happened? Like, I'm actually like underestimating Sinner. I really don't think that's going to happen, but there's like this small chance, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I'm always a big, I like to spread the love, not just like award one movie everything. And so what do I do in my very final predictions video? I predict Sinners in 3 acting categories, which I'm like, Brian, like, it's very freaking unlikely Sinners is going to win 3 acting awards. I'm like, that's crazy. But and maybe the smart thing to do would be on this live stream or tomorrow morning, I come on here and I say, okay, guys, like I'm finally at the end here being smart, and I'm only going to predict Sinners and actor and not the other two. But I got to go for it, because in the off chance I were to switch at the very end and then it does do really well, and let's say they do announce like Lindo, and I make a change at the end, I would just I'd be like, for a week I'd be pissed. Brian. So it's like, I'm going down with the ship. If it doesn't do very well tomorrow night, I'm not the kind of person who can come on here a day in advance and be like, I've been looking at everything, guys. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna do one battle in picture, and I'm not that kind of person. I kind of just, I go with my gut at the end. I do that very final predictions video. I think I've done it like 3 years in a row. Like, the top comment on that video, you guys, like, Jesus Christ, how many final prediction videos is Brian going to make? And I'm like, I've been doing this for 3 years. I do a series of final prediction videos with a guest, like with Cody Derricks. And then I come on at the very end, right before the show, by myself. I predict all 24 categories in one video. And that's the last time I can make a couple changes. And I can't remember if I did a year ago. I might not have a year ago. But going into this last one, I was like, I'm not fully convinced The Perfect Neighbor is going to win documentary feature. Watch it just win tomorrow night. So I'm going, kind of against the grain. Some people are predicting it. I'm going with the BAFTA winner there, with Mr. Nobody against Putin. And then I've been like, since SAG, I've been thinking about Delroy Lindo a lot. Like, he is this wild card, man. He's nowhere but the Oscars, but he's been, but in terms of nominations at the major ceremonies, but he himself has been everywhere. His film is very strong. He's very good in that film. And like, he was the person who gave the speech at SAG for cast. So I don't think Delroy Lindo as a no guts, no glory prediction at the end here is crazy. I think it's possible. It's probably Penn. But in the off chance it is Lindo, I'm like, you know what? I can get 7 other categories wrong. If early on they announce Lindo there, I'm going to be like, I'm good. I don't have to get like anything else right. So we'll see. These have 0 chances to win, but I would personally have 0 issues with them. Inga winning Best Supporting Actress and Marty Supreme winning Original Screenplay. Yeah, no, I'd be on board with those. I think Inga needed to win at BAFTA. I think that was the place that made sense for her to win, and that didn't happen. So I think Sentimental Value can win international feature, but it seems to be kind of like the momentum has kind of faded on that. I don't think it wins anything but that category. Marty Supreme is not going to win original screenplay, but yeah, that'd be a good win. I'd be on board with that. You've been drinking too much of the Kool-Aid. Yep, I have it's actually a special kind of Sinner's Kool-Aid. I've been drinking it every day for 2 weeks, and I'm just like, I'm gone. I mean, it's part of it is, you guys, I don't want to go with everyone else on like every top category, and I'm just like, I'm completely aligned with 90% of everyone. One Battle Picture, Madigan, and Penn, and I'm just like, what if there is a surprise and I get that right? That to me is more exciting than just playing it safe, going with what's probably going to win, what most people are predicting, and then there is a shocker and like nobody got it. Like, I would much rather at the end of the day here tomorrow night, I would rather be wrong about a few things than, just kind of predict safely. Yeah, okay, along with 90% of everyone else, we got that right. It's like, I don't know, that's kind of dull to me. If I didn't have the reasons to back it up, if I was just saying, I have a feeling about Lindo, and that's it. Like, that's the only thing. Like, I just, I woke up in the middle of the night, I was thinking about supporting actor, and I thought, what about Lindo? Maybe it's Lindo. I'm bored now. I'm gonna go with Lindo. It is not that, you guys. There are like a good 4 or 5 reasons I have why I think Lindo could maybe win if it happens. So are there any news that Penn will or will not show up? So there was that Variety piece, yesterday or the day before, like begging him to show up. That was weird. I was like, how do you know? Like, are they in contact with his representatives? I feel like Penn is going to show up. That would be very surprising to me. Why did he show up at the Globes? And why wouldn't he show up at the Oscars when he's won a few things? I think he'll be there. If he's not there and he wins, that will be anticlimactic as shit. Like, okay. So, I mean, I'm like, in the off chance that Penn does win tomorrow night, I want him to be there. I want to hear what he has to say on the stage. That would be great. I'm predicting Hawk for lead actor. Are you the same person who just said I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, but you're predicting Hawk for lead actor? I mean, that's crazy. At this point, how can Hawk win? He hasn't won anything. His movie is not strong. It's only in actor and original screenplay. If Hawk was winning tomorrow night, I think he had to win at SAG. So, I mean, I think that's drinking some Kool-Aid. If you think Hawk still has a chance, I think if there is like a shocker victory in actor tomorrow night, it's DiCaprio, because he's in a stronger film that might win picture. Like, that would make more sense to me. Maybe DiCaprio was second at BAFTA, as some people have said. Maybe it is DiCaprio. I would put DiCaprio at like a 1 or 2% chance. I mean, I don't even think Hawk has like any chance at this point. What do you think are the chances Leo wins? Very, very, very slim. I mean, some people might point to me like, Brian, like, you're predicting Delroy Lindo. He's only nominated at the Oscars. How can you believe in that prediction, but say, oh man, anyone going with DiCaprio at this point or Hawk, I mean, they're kind of insane. I get that. But it's like Lindo, like, he's never been a factor the whole season. He is this wild card with a very strong film. He has a great narrative. He is beloved. And this would be the one place you could give him a trophy in a fragmented field. Whereas there have been opportunities since January to give DiCaprio a prize, to give Hawk a prize, and it's never happened. That's my logic of it. Take with that what you will. But I think actor is Jordan or Chalamet. And in a very, very small chance, Mora pulls it out, maybe. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about Jordan, an actor, even though he only won at SAG. Someone said, like, it's never happened. Nobody in the history of the SAG Awards for Best Actor has ever just won actor and then won the Oscar. That's never happened. So I'm like, wow. You think that would have happened once in the last few decades. But yeah, I have a feeling about Jordan. I think the timing of his win at SAG was huge. And so you might, okay, but you're not predicting Penn or Madigan. So they also had moments at SAG. Well, Penn didn't have a moment at SAG. I mean, here's what's crazy, you guys. If Penn had been at SAG, he had gone up on stage and given this like memorable speech. He had a significant moment that night at SAG. I think I might be predicting Penn. It's that he didn't show up at either ceremony that I'm not fully convinced he's just going to skate to a third Oscar win. And that's the other thing about Penn. I'm like, if he only had one Oscar, I think I would go with him. It's that he has two that I'm like, is he going to pull a Frances McDormand, Nomadland, how she just kind of skated to a third victory? I really do think it comes down to, if one battle after another wins Best Picture, I think Penn wins. I think it's like almost 100%. If Sinners wins picture, I think Delroy Lindo can pull off the near impossible. So it's just, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the craziest thing will be if it's one battle in picture after the fact. I'll be like, Ryan, like one battle has everything it needs. It has been so strong. It's such a great film. It's not the same thing as La La Land in 1917, in essence. I mean, those movies had some knocks against them, and One Battle doesn't really have that. The only big thing it lost the whole season was cast as SAG. So if it is just One Battle, I'll be like, yeah, probably just, you were overthinking that, Brian, but it could be Sinners, guys. It could be Sinners. I can see it. I can see the moment PTA wins. We get to picture they come out on stage, and it's kind of like this long moment of opening the envelope. Sinners, and I have visualized that moment even before SAG. I just can see it, so I'm just sticking to my guns on that. If it is One Battle, I will celebrate, you guys. I'm not going to be mad. But yeah, picture. I'm going with Sinners. I know many people have been switching over to One Battle at the last minutes. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. That would just feel wrong to me, because I'm like, you know what? If I do that, then Sinners is going to have this incredible night, and I'll be like, oh, nice going, Brian. Usually when I right at the end, I overthink and I go, maybe I'm going crazy here. Let's just go back to what I should be predicting, and then it is just what I was predicting days before. So director, you guys, real quick, I'm like, there is this small chance, if it were to pan out where Sinners just absolutely dominated, it does win 3 acting prizes. It wins picture, it wins cinematography, maybe sound or something. Like, it is totally possible Coogler pulls it out and wins director. That is the piece of this I can't predict. I got to go with PTA there. I mean, I'm just like, that would be really wild. If Coogler won in director. I mean, I keep going back to no black person has ever won Best Director in 98 years. And it's like, man, it seems like if that could ever happen, like, this would be the year, and it would be, it does feel weird, right? Like, going into the 100th year of the Oscars and no black person has ever won director. And that's the piece of it. I'm like, if that does happen tomorrow night, as long as PTA wins adapted screenplay, and he has one, I won't be like, throwing a tantrum or anything. I'll be like, oh my God. And I think if Coogler wins director, I think Sinners is going to win picture. So, I mean, I do think, you guys, we're going to know very early on tomorrow night, like, how well Sinners is going to do. I feel in my heart, if Sinners doesn't win supporting actor or supporting actress, like, it not 100%, but it's probably not going to win picture. I do kind of feel like it has to pick one of those two up. If it's just Penn and it's just Madigan, I'll be like, oh, okay. maybe One Battle has this locked up. What will the win do for Jordan's career? Do you think he will go for more serious roles? His career until now has underwhelmed, in my opinion. I don't agree with that. I think he's been doing great work. He's not, he hasn't done like not all of his movies have been amazing. But especially the work he does with Ryan Coogler, really fantastic stuff, and the Creed films, and he's so talented. I mean, maybe he'll get offered some bigger things. I don't know, maybe. But I mean, I don't think when you win an Oscar, you sit down with your management, your representation, your people, and say, okay, I have won my Oscar. Now I need like a different style of career. I need a different kind of movie next. I don't think they do that necessarily. If you overthink it too much, you're like, oh crap, I just won my first Oscar. Now people are expecting a certain style of film and performance from me. So like, oh, I kind of want to do this comedy or this other thing, but I won an Oscar now. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't think most actors think that way. I like, if Jordan loses tomorrow night or he wins, I don't think the next 5 years of his career are like vastly different. Maybe because of his win, he gets offered something really big he might not have been offered, maybe. But other than that, I would be surprised. So Aunt Gladys will hold an Oscar tomorrow. Very, very possible. Yes, I'm still not on that train. I'm very excited. I only have to think about this stuff, you guys, for one more day. It's been a trying week. I don't know about you. I walk around, I'm like thinking about like maybe it is mad again. Just like Brian, like go touch some grass. Go, I'm volunteering at my local animal shelter. I've done it a couple times this week, and like just to like get out of my head and just because whenever I'm like just thinking about stuff, I'm thinking about the Oscars, and it's like sometimes it's nice to just get out of the house, go do something completely unrelated to this YouTube channel. So I do that a couple times a week. I've been doing that since January. But it's like, man, I'm honestly in a way like more thrilled for tomorrow night just because I don't have to think about this stuff anymore. We'll just get our answers tomorrow, and then we can talk about like what happened, why so and so won, and then we can move on, to the next season and 2026 in cinema, all the very cool films coming our way, many of which we don't know about yet. So yeah, director. I cannot predict Coogler there. That's the one in the top 6. I'm like, I can't do it. And if Sinners dominates tomorrow night and he does win, I'll be like, wow, okay, well, I'm still doing better than some other predictors who like have Sinners only winning actor at the top. So that would be a moment, you guys. If Coogler won director, holy crap. I think Lindo would be a moment that brought the house down. Coogler winning, I think maybe would be like the craziest, biggest, most memorable moment of the night. If Coogler pulled that off, winning director, that would be something. So I wouldn't even be mad. I would not. I wouldn't be like, oh, you took it away from Paul. If he hadn't written the screenplay, then I'd be like, oh, come on. He needs to win something. But yeah, I think it's PTA. And then actress, if you're predicting anyone but Jessie Buckley at this point, good luck. I think she has that. She has been our sweeper. Hasn't it been so nice this year, guys? We only have one sweeper in the acting categories. It is so dull to me. I don't care that I'm getting those predictions right. It's just dull. Like last season when supporting actor and supporting actress were just sweepers, Kieran Culkin, Zoe Saldana, I was like, come on, give us something at SAG, maybe Ariana Grande or Edward Norton or like something. Just even if Culkin and Saldana win at the Oscars, like give us like one little tease of something else. So I say it on my channel all the time, you guys. I adore chaos. Like, give me chaos. Give me a situation where here we are a day before the Oscars. I have been thinking about this stuff for months, and I am not entirely sure what's going to happen in picture, in actor, in supporting actor, and supporting actress. I'm not sure, and that is exciting, Even if I get all those predictions wrong, I will be, somewhat disappointed. I'll be like, well, that wasn't great. A great showing for you, Brian. But I love the not knowing, the tension, the suspense are at the end. I'm all for it. It's great. Hey, Brian, Jalen here. Do you think that the best picture race is nerve-wracking? Yes. And what's so weird about Best Picture this year, you guys, is that in some ways it doesn't seem like it should be. If you just look at the evidence, it's like, well, clearly one battle's going to win. But there is this feeling that I have had for a while about Sinners. I'm like, I think people are underestimating the love for Sinners. And I was like, it just needs to win cast at SAG. And I will start floating. Like maybe that can win picture. It won cast and it won actor. And both moments were like huge right in the middle of Oscar voting. And I don't think that means nothing. I will like genuinely be surprised tomorrow night if Sinners underperforms. It only wins like 3 or 4. I'll be like, wow. So the SAG thing really did mean nothing. I definitely looked too far into that. So I think it's very nerve-wracking. I do, in a sense, feel like we'll know early in the ceremony tomorrow night, guys. We'll know pretty early if Sinners has a significant chance to win picture. I guess maybe Sinners could just win casting, score, original screenplay, and actor. It just wins those 4. And then it wins picture. Like, maybe. But I won't feel very confident about that. If it's only taking those 4 and we get to the best picture moments, I'll be like, maybe, but like I'll be in that moment, you guys. I'll be like, it's probably one battle. I need to see Sinners win cinematography or sound or supporting actor or supporting actress in like the first hour and a half. If one of those four prizes happens for Sinners, especially if it's more than one, I'll be like, oh yeah. I'll be like, it's probably gonna be Sinners. Yes, I will have a live stream tomorrow watching the show. It's just going to be me. You know, my sister-in-law last night, she's like, "You want to come over? We're going to watch the show." And I'm like, "I'm doing a live stream. I've never done an Oscar watched live stream. And no one wants to be on camera with me. So it's just going to be me just sitting there like, you know, just like holding my couch like like what's going to happen?" I'm like, I don't know about you guys. I'm really trying to like just relax. Like, Brian, like I know you've put a lot of thought into this one like 3.5 hour ceremony tomorrow. Brian, can you just like relax and enjoy the show and be happy for the wins? Even if you get your prediction wrong, just enjoy it. Like, don't sit there just like this and like, oh God, it's supporting actor. I went out on a limb with Delroy Lindo, and oh God, if it is just Penn, I'll look really stupid. And oh my God, it is just Penn. You know, I'm like, Brian, it's all good. We're just celebrating movies, and it's been a great year for films. This is the end of the road. You know, this is the end tomorrow night, talking about the films of 2025. I'm really going to try to just enjoy myself, even if I'm all wrong about Sinners winning in those top categories. Just enjoy it. Like, that's what we're here to do, guys. We're having fun. You know, like, we're not solving the world's problems. Like, Brian missed in those three categories. Oh my God. You know, we're just having a good time. Are you starting your 1990s Oscars ranking in the different winning categories soon? I'm so excited for that, especially the best actor winners, 90-99. Yes. So I'll talk my way through when I get a moment here, guys. I'm gonna give you kind of my plans coming up here. I am doing the 90s series starting in April, going all the way to August. I mean, I haven't planned out like every week of what I'm gonna do between now and August, but I have an idea. And the channel for those months, April, May, June, 5 months from April to August, it's gonna be a lot of 90s content. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of rankings and top tens and stuff about 90s acting wins and nominations. Hey, Brian, do you think a split win will happen between best cinematography and best editing for Sinners in one battle? I think it could. You know, the thing I've been thinking about the last day or two, I'm like, Brian, I think Sinners might win one other technical category you're not predicting, most people are not predicting. I feel pretty good about one battle winning in editing. Do you guys feel that? I think one battle takes editing. I think Sinners could win cinematography. Like I'm almost like maybe that it has a better chance of winning in cinematography than sound. And again, I think in the first half of the ceremony, if Sinners overtakes one battle and wins cinematography, I'm going to call it there. I'm going to be like, yep, it's winning picture. Like I think winning cinematography there would be a moment for sure. I couldn't quite do it. Like I just think about the car chase at the end of one battle. It's so well shot. It's so dynamic. That's the scene of the movie. I'm like, it probably wins cinematography, and it's been winning like everything in that category. So it's like that'd be maybe not quite as big of a no guts no glory as I'm doing with Lindo. Gosh, you guys, I want that to happen so much. That's the moment, honestly, like of like the whole night, like the prediction I want to get right. It's Lindo, like that. Like I'm like, if he wins, like I'm just gonna relax. I'm gonna be like, you know, I like anything else can happen. I can have bragging rights with the Lindo prediction because very few people are going there, and I understand why. It's a wild prediction to make. I just feel like there's something to that. I do. I feel like he could do it. Sinners won the Eddie, so I'm going with that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like my thinking with the acting categories too. I'm like maybe Sinners like pulls a surprise win in cinematography or editing. Does it win both? I don't think so. That would surprise me. So let's just go with one battle in both. And then if Sinners takes one or the other in a surprise, okay, I missed one. And I'm kind of feeling the same way with just going all in on Sinners in the acting categories. I'm like 99%. It's probably not winning all three, but it could win two, maybe. And what if it's not Mosaku, but it's like Jordan and Lindo? Or what if it's Jordan and Mosaku? Like if it is two, I'll be wrong about one. So it's like I'm covering all my bases. If Sinners has a good night, it does well in the acting categories. I'm covering my bases there. If I'm wrong about one, then I missed one. So we'll see if that pans out. I don't know. But yeah, before I forget, guys, I just wanted to say, so my plan moving forward here. So after tomorrow nights, I will do only about a week and a half of retrospectives. I'm going to make like 5 videos, like a couple top tenors, a couple like actor race retrospectives. I mean, if Lindo wins tomorrow night, I have to make that video. So it could be 3 videos about the acting categories. We shall see. But the plan is on Tuesday, March 31st, the final day of March, I will do my ridiculously early Oscar predictions video for 2027. And then like starting on the 31st of March, 1st of April, no more talk about this season. Like once we get to April, you guys, I'm on to new stuff, new season. I mentioned in a previous live stream or something, I'm like, I'm not going to do like extremely early Oscar prediction videos. And I thought about it, like, it is kind of fun for me, like in April, May, June, July, like just once a month, like I do a very early prediction. So I'm thinking I'm just going to do the acting categories. I'll do like April, May, June, July, each month. I'll do one extremely early acting predictions video, and then August I'll do my annual very early predictions where I go through everything, and then I go to the fall festivals and we start that. I have applied, you guys, for the Cannes Film Festival. I have my plane ticket, and I have my Airbnb. I applied about 2 weeks ago. I haven't heard anything yet, so cross your fingers. I have applied to go to Cannes. I really want to go in May. And as long as that works out, I'll be there for like 10 days. I will have lots of coverage. Like the second half of May would be all Cannes coverage on the awards contender is the goal. So that's what I'm hoping to do in May. And the other thing before I forget, so my plan is, I mean, we'll see. I could maybe change this or mix it up, but my plan is after tomorrow, like I'll do a live stream tomorrow, and then my plan will be, unless I'm out of town or something, I'll have to figure it out, but my plan will be like the last Sunday of every month, I will do a live stream once a month at the end, not like every week, but like one Sunday at the last Sunday of the month. And we'll talk about movie news, awards news, like what's been happening that month, anything to talk about. And I will give you guys a preview of all of the videos I am planning to make for the following month. We'll just kind of have like a monthly sit down here. I'll answer your questions. We'll talk about some movie news, awards news, and I'll give you guys some coverage of like what am I planning to make over the next 4 weeks. Is kind of the idea moving forward. I thought briefly like maybe I'll do a live stream every weekend. And I think you guys would get sick of me. It's like, that might be too much. I start doing this every Sunday or every Saturday or something, I'll show up here and I'll have like 10 people like visiting with me, the super fans. So I think I'll probably do the plan, at least for the next few months, I'll probably do one live stream a month. And I'll do that unless I'm out of town, like the final Sunday. And maybe it's just 45 minutes or an hour. Like, I don't want to just sit here with nothing to say and I'm just like reading aloud every comment. I don't want to do that. So I would come in here with some things to talk about, and when it's, the off season, maybe we'll talk about things not even fully related to awards. Like, I just read that they're not going forward with the Buffy reboots, and I am very sad about that. I was excited after 20 plus years to go back to Sunnydale. Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy. I've been kind of bummed about that today. Completely unrelated to Oscars and films and stuff. But Buffy the Vampire Slayer is my favorite show, and I've been like quietly excited, like Chloe Zhao and SMG and new Buffy coming to Hulu, and then they just announced a few hours ago that's not happening. I'm like, guys, come on. I'm bummed, so I'm sad about that. But we're here to talk about the Oscars, so that's not what I would really linger on today. But if it's like, the end of April or May or something, maybe we could chat about some non-Oscars related stuff. I don't know. Out of 32 years, only 10 times has SAG gone 4 for 4 with Oscars. Who is most likely to miss? Michael B. Jordan, Sean Penn, Jesse Buckley, or Amy Madigan? That's a good question. I still think it's Madigan. I think people are way too overly confident about Madigan. It's a horror film. She's the lone nominee. She didn't sweep the season. She wasn't nominated at BAFTA. She's not somebody who's like, everyone agrees, oh my God, we have to give Amy Madigan an Oscar. It's time. Like, that was kind of the issue with Demi Moore a year ago. Before The Substance, nobody was like, we have to give Demi Moore an Oscar. If it was Glenn Close playing Aunt Gladys on her 9th nomination, I'd say it's locked up. But there are some things against Madigan. I'm not fully convinced. I think she can miss tomorrow night. And people will be like, oh, yeah, that's why she didn't win. It's like, okay. Hi, Brian. Love the coverage this year. My personal fave of the year was Sentimental Value. Do you see any chance at all for it to get an acting win? The only possibility of an acting win tomorrow night, I think, for Sentimental Value is Stellan Skarsgård in supporting actor. Some people have said to me, like, Brian, if it's not going to be Penn, it's probably Skarsgård, not Lindo, because Skarsgård has been nominated at Critics' Choice and BAFTA and Globe, and he won the Globe. He's won something. Lindo has not been anywhere nominated, so why would it be Lindo? I just feel like the momentum is totally shifting to Sinners the last couple weeks and not so much Sentimental Value. That's my logic there, but it could, like, I will not be shocked if it's Skarsgård. I'd be like, oh, shit, okay. I really don't think Sentimental Value can win actress or supporting actress. If there's any shots of Sentimental Value winning an acting prize, it'll be supporting actor for Skarsgård. There's like a tiny chance, maybe. I would not predict it though. Have you had any second thoughts on actor? I've seen people go no guts, no glory on DiCaprio or stick with Chalamet. Has that shaken you? Also, love your channel. Thank you. Has that shaken me? Yeah, I mean, so are you guys feeling it too? I feel like actor could be the one, like where we're all feeling pretty good. Like it's probably Jordan. Sinners is coming on strong. He had that moment at SAG, and it's not Jordan. Like it's someone else. It's Chalamet or Mora or DiCaprio or something. I think there's a possibility of that. I think if it's not Jordan, it's Chalamet. I really do. I think if somehow Chalamet pulls that off, I mean, everybody has been talking about that controversy, the ballet and the opera comments. It's like that took hold after Oscar voting closed. That hits everywhere the day after Oscar voting was done. So it's like that did not hold any weight, like in terms of like maybe he doesn't win now. I don't think everyone knows that. I think he loses because some of his Oscar campaigning has just rubbed voters in the wrong way. He's young. He's only 30. And he didn't win BAFTA or SAG, and Marty Supreme is not as strong now as it was 2 months ago, and it can't win anything but actor. That's why I think Chalamet is not going to win. That's what it is for me. It's not like what he said about the ballet and the opera. Like that came out after voting had closed. But it could be Chalamet, and part of me almost is like, I love that performance. It would be a well-deserved win, like just looking at the work he did in that film. I'm interested to see what that moment would look like tomorrow night if they open the envelope for Best Actor, Timothée Chalamet. Is there going to just like be this very muted response? I don't know. Like, I'd be curious to see. But I don't want to get actor and supporting actress and supporting actor wrong. Jeez, and picture. Like I missed 4 of the top 8. I'll be like, Jesus, Brian, nice going. Did great. Fun fact, Christopher Walken won SAG and BAFTA for Best Supporting Actor for Catch Me If You Can. 2002 and lost the Oscar. So could be Chalamet, Buckley, Skarsgård, Lynn Orlando, and Mosaku. Yeah, that's the last like significant Best Supporting Actor SAG BAFTA combo, right? 2002, early '03, the ceremonies. Catch Me If You Can. Walken won SAG and BAFTA, and I made a video about that a year ago, 2 years ago. I made a video about Christopher Walken like being potentially competitive to win there. He was not in a strong film. If Catch Me If You Can was in like the top 2 or 3 films of '02, like in picture and director and stuff, he might have won over Chris Cooper Adaptation. Adaptation was not in picture either. Chris Cooper, I think, won Critics' Choice in the Globe, right? If I'm not mistaken. And then he didn't win BAFTA or SAG. And it's like, oh, okay, maybe it is Walken. But Walken had won before. He has an Oscar for The Deer Hunter. Chris Cooper had never been nominated before. He'd never won. That's another thing you could say about Delroy Lindo or Skarsgård, I guess. You know, that's the thing about Penn. I'm like, okay, he won 2 big prizes. He didn't show up to either one. And he has 2 Oscars. He has the performance in one of the top 2 strongest movies of the year. If Penn wins, I'm going to really attribute it to the fact that he has the performance. That's the piece of it that I'm like, Brian, it's probably just Penn. Like you're overthinking that. You know, there's so many things. Like if he only had 1 Oscar, if he had shown up at SAG and given this really great speech, had a moment there, you know, there's all of these factors where I'm like, there's just enough evidence to me to suggest we could get a shocker win tomorrow night in supporting actor. And I don't think it's Skarsgård. I think it's Lindo. I feel it in my bones. I feel it. I think, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think it can happen. I think in a way, Lindo has a better shot of surprising than like DiCaprio in a weird way. So we shall see. I'm like, it's crazy. Brian, how have you earned this incredible pronunciation and diction? I know it's like almost daily I get a comment like, foreign speakers, like people will say, I can actually understand your speaking, you know, you're not too fast. And part of it is, you guys, you know, like some of you know, I was a teacher for 10 years. For a decade, I would get up in front of students, lay out, you know, the work for the day, what we're talking about, what we're looking at. And I would have sometimes at the end there 34 kids in a large room, and I had to project to those students in the back. So I couldn't just stand up there and talk real fast. So I think part of it is like my training of a decade teaching students and having to make sure everyone understands what I'm saying. I think it's like it's carried into this YouTube channel. Because I know some people have said like they don't like how I talk. I have kind of a sing-songy voice. You know, I don't, like the way I talk in real life, guys, if I'm just like talking to like my dad or I'm talking to a friend, like I don't like talk exactly the way I'm talking in this moment, the way I do on the channel. Like I'm a little bit more casual when I'm just talking to somebody in real life. But I do think there is something to be said about all of those years teaching and projecting my voice and trying to get the students to hear me, to understand what I'm saying. I think I just bring that. I think I just bring that into this. So I apologize to anyone who gets annoyed by the way I talk. Sometimes it annoys me. It's like I'll be watching a video of mine I worked on for 2-3 days, and I'm like, God, the voice is really sounding off, you know. And I try. I remember there was a Bradley Cooper and the Elusive Oscar video I made 2 years ago. And I remember I sat down. I had been criticized by a few people of the way I talk, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to shake that. I'm just going to talk normal. And I recorded my Bradley Cooper and the Elusive Oscar video. I think it was May of 2024. And like 15 comments said, "Are you okay? Are you sick?" Like it was almost like inauthentic. I was trying to not speak the way I normally do. And then people thought something was wrong with me. So I was like, okay, like just talk the way like you would normally talk when you're making a video. Just Brian, you can't obsess about it. Like just talk the way you're gonna talk, and if people don't like it, you know, is what it is. But it seems like people, you know, some people take to it. People like can hear what I'm saying, I have seen people say, you know, I play Brian on 1.5 speed. I don't play like he talks so slow. Like I have to play it fast. I do that for podcasts. Like when I'm in the car, like I always do 1.5. I speed it up a little bit. I don't have to have it just be one. Like if it's, you know, I listen to Blank Check all the time. Do you guys listen to Blank Check? Oh my God, I love that podcast. I just started the Steven Spielberg series, and most of their episodes are 3 hours. And, you know, I'm not in the car all the time. I work from home and stuff, and I don't really listen to podcasts. I'm just like walking around the house and stuff. So if I have a destination in the car, I want to make it make it worth it. So I'll do like 1.5, 1.6 speed. I just speed it up a little bit. But that's okay. I'm not when you guys are watching me, you know, if you want to play it at 3 times the speed, like where I'm just like I can't catch my breath. I'm talking so fast. Go for it. Skarsgård lost BAFTA because he split the hometown votes with Mullen, a veteran Oscar-nominated Scottish actor that was in the overperforming I Swear. I have never thought of that. That's a good point. Maybe he split some votes with that supporting actor nominee from I Swear. I never thought of that. Since the actor won in the other, Aramayo won in Best Actor, maybe Mullen was a close second there for supporting actor. Maybe, yeah. But still, like, why would Sean Penn have beaten him? If, like, they were going all in on I Swear, why did Penn win? That's the question. That'll be pretty wild if supporting actor tomorrow night, like, we all get it wrong. It's not Lindo. Obviously, it's not Lindo. And it's not Penn. It's Skarsgård. We'll be like, what? Okay. It's possible. I know this is a long shot, but I heard something that there is potential that Hamnet could surprise Strike tomorrow night for picture, but long shots. I mean, I don't like saying this, but I genuinely feel there is a 0% chance that Hamnet wins picture. You know, I try not to say 100%, 0%. Where would that come from? Like Hamnet only won picture drama at the Globes, right? Hamnet couldn't even win at BAFTA in Best Film. It won British Film, but that's kind of different. It didn't win film. It didn't win adapted screenplay. Like, for me to even entertain the idea that Hamnet could win picture, it would have it would have needed to have overperformed significantly at BAFTA. Like one film, one supporting actor for Paul Mescal, one adapted screenplay. Like they went all in on Hamnet. Then I would say, well, maybe. But because that didn't happen, I don't think so. Sean Penn had never won a BAFTA and only won one SAG. I've been saying that too. I'm like, he had never won a BAFTA, and he gives this really great performance in a film that they give Best Picture, so best film, one battle. So that I'm like, kind of makes sense. And then SAG, like he's won only Best Actor for Milk. He did not win at SAG for Mystic River, so he'd only won a single prize at SAG. And in a category that was fragmented, Skarsgård wasn't there. I was like, are they going to give Elordi the SAG award? That didn't feel right to me. Physically transformative performance, but I was like, I don't think so. And then Miles Caton, you know, he's not nominated at the Oscars. So I'm like, they're not going to give Caton SAG, right? That would be weird. Benicio del Toro, I was like, probably not. It seemed like after BAFTA, SAG would just go with Penn again. That made sense to me, and it happens. But does he skate to a third Oscar win? I'm not convinced of it. I think there's enough evidence to suggest maybe it's not Penn. I think people are giving him like way too much credit. I think people are like, oh yeah, it's SAG BAFTA combo done. As was pointed out, Christopher Walken many years ago. But Catch Me If You Can wasn't strong the way that One Battle is strong. I would feel much more confident about Lindo if One Battle After Another wasn't the other top two film, right? If One Battle was a little bit lower, I would feel more confident about a Lindo shocker. It's that One Battle is so strong. Penn has the performance winning BAFTA and SAG. That's a very good package. So if it is just Penn, I'll be like, okay, overthought that one. People said Jordan won the SAG award because Timothy won last year. Yep, I said that to Oscar expert and Brother Bro. And if I remember right, Brother Bro was like, I don't think that's a big factor. I think if they really love Chalamet, they'll just give it to him again. And I was like, I don't know, guys. I don't see them giving it to a 30-year-old 2 years in a row. And then Michael B. Jordan won. So basically now Jordan is going to win the Oscar because Timothy won SAG last year. Well, I mean, if you want to read it that simply, I don't think it's just that. I don't think it's like, oh, well, they couldn't give Timothy Chalamet the SAG award 2 years in a row, so we default to Michael B. Jordan and, okay, he won, so we'll give him the Oscar too. I don't think it's that simple. I think a big factor why I think Jordan will probably win Best Actor tomorrow night is that he's in a much stronger film overall than Marty Supreme. If Marty Supreme was in the top two, I would say, I mean, I might predict Chalamet if like people were saying like one of the top two films to win Best Picture and Best Director, maybe even, is Marty Supreme. Then I would say maybe Chalamet can do this. It's that I just don't think Marty Supreme is overly strong right now. That's the piece of it that I'm not convinced. With just wins at the Globes and at Critics' Choice, I mean, and that was 2 months ago he last won. It was over 2 months ago. So it's a weird situation because it's not going to be a bad win if it's Chalamet tomorrow night, but it will feel kind of weird. It'll be like, oh, okay. And boy, if it's not Jordan in Best Actor tomorrow night, One Battle is safely winning Best Picture. I will call that right now. Like, if Jordan can't win, I cannot imagine Sinners wins Picture. So, I mean, again, we'll know, I think before we get to the Best Picture prize, I think it's going to be like 99% whether it's One Battle or Sinners. We'll know by then. I really don't see Sinners vastly underperforming all night, and then it wins Picture. I'll be like, what? That wouldn't make sense. In my opinion, Penn and Elordi are the two best performances, and Lindo and Skarsgård are the overdue veterans, and Benicio is just there for a few small beers. Yeah, I mean, Best Supporting Actor has been so crazy. I remember, like, I walked out of One Battle in September. I said, well, even though he has two, and we'll have to talk about that, I think this is Penn's to lose. He gives such a great performance in that movie. And then in December, Benicio del Toro is winning like every critics prize for One Battle. And I'm like, okay, yeah, he was good in it. I enjoyed his performance, but over Penn, okay, from the critics. And then del Toro does not win any major televised prize. I mean, it was just weird. And this like Elordi wins a Critics' Choice over del Toro. I mean, you think del Toro would have won a Critics' Choice, in retrospect, that's kind of weird. And then the Globes go with Skarsgård, SAG and BAFTA or Penn. And then imagine at the Oscars, it's Lindo. I love it. I love it. I love that chaos, But, you have to factor in, like, I mean, it's near impossible to win an Oscar if you're not even nominated anywhere else. That's the part about Lindo that's like, Brian. It's like, I mean, that'll be wild. Even though I think it's possible. And there's, like, just enough of a possibility. I'm feeling it. I'm like, there's something in the air with Lindo. I feel like he can do it. And I'm just going to go with it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I'll move on with my life. It's fine. Brian, what did our Razzie expert Andrew think of the Razzies? I have not talked to him yet. I meant to text him this morning and I forgot actually. But yeah, Andrew Campbell and I've already watched a couple films already. We are in the early stages of doing our full breakdown of the 5th Razzie Awards coming your way in early April. We're going to record around April 1st. So I have about 2.5 weeks to look at some more Razzie films. And I'm like, why do I do this to myself? Why did I put myself through Alarum a few weeks back for my predictions video of this year's Razzies? And then it didn't even win. It didn't even win Worst Supporting Actor for Stallone. I'm like, Brian, you didn't have to watch Alarum. I mean, that film really took me out. I was like, this is so dull. I was like, this, like, Brian, you can just like fast forward. Like, do I really need to watch it in full? I don't know. But yeah, we will start our Razzie series in April. And so it's going to be kind of on you guys. If there is a significant audience for our 5th Razzie video in April, we might do a few more, like even 2 more over the summer. If it's kind of a muted response, and you guys, there's like some people watch it, but there's not much passion for it. Maybe like we'll just do 1 more later in the year, but that one's kind of on you guys. I mean, I obviously like I look at the views, and if something underperforms, I take that into account. The big one so far this year, guys, I worked really hard for 3 days on a taxi driver video in February. I really wanted to make a video. It's not just predictions, and I wanted to do a 30 minutes analysis of one of the great films of the 70s, Taxi Driver. I worked hard on the thumbnail, and I put together a video I'm very proud of, and the views just aren't there. So I had a whole plan, you guys. I was going to do a masterpiece series where every 2 months I was going to do a movie. I was going to do All About Eve. I was going to do Mulholland Drive this summer. And because the Taxi Driver video kind of underperformed and I worked so hard on it, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to continue that. It was a lot of work. I worked really hard, and I'm like, well, if the audience isn't there, if it's an older movie and I'm making a 30-minute video about why I think it's so great, if that's not the kind of video you guys want to see, I'm not going to waste my time making 5 more and they all just underperform. So I'm like, maybe I still do the Mulholland Drive video because it's the 25th anniversary of Mulholland Drive, one of my 2 favorite films ever. And I'm like, I should do something about Mulholland Drive this year. I mean, I guess I could just do like the best director Oscar race, the one category Lynch got in, like maybe. So I have to think about that. But yeah, I take that into account. Like if, I'm planning to do a series, I'm going to make 4 or 5 of this, and then it kind of underperforms enough. I'm like, well, that just, not to say that like, if there's something I really, really want to do, I'll just do it. I make so much stuff, but I don't want to make things that you guys don't want to watch. So I have to, take that into account. I am praying for Delroy Lindo to win. Wouldn't that be a moment, you guys? Wouldn't that be a moment tomorrow? Oh my God. I mean, every time when I'm like live streaming with this thing, and I like when Michael B. Jordan won at SAG, and I listened to that back, I mean, you couldn't even hear me for like 5 seconds. It was just like loud noise. I'm going to go freaking nuts tomorrow night if it's Lindo. Oh my God. I have adored that actor since the 90s. He's been doing such great work for decades. He never gets his flowers. We go into Oscar nominations morning, and it's like it's not going to happen. He was on the BAFTA long list and nothing else. And you also have Miles Caton in the same category, who's also wonderful in Sinners. And I think they cancel each other out. It's just going to be Paul Mescal in that 5th place slot. And then Lindo did it. That was the biggest shocker acting nomination, even more so, I would say, than Elle Fanning in supporting actress, was Lindo. And now here I am, weeks later, we've had a fragmented best supporting actor race, and I am predicting Delroy Lindo to win with just the Oscar nomination. And I get to enjoy this for 1 more day. I get to enjoy this for 1 more day, and then if it's just Penn, then it's like, okay. I mean, the one bad thing, like if Lindo wins, I'm like, okay, I have to make that video too. Like I was like, maybe I just do after the fact, after tomorrow night, I'll do 2 retrospectives of the ceremony in terms of a category. It'll be Best Actor and it'll be Best Supporting Actress. Those are the 2, no matter what happens tomorrow night, there's a video there I have to talk about. But if Lindo wins, I'm like, I have to make 3. Like in the week and a half after the Oscars tomorrow, I have to make 3. So I'm like, oh, man. And then it's like, if it let's just say for argument's sake, tomorrow night in the acting categories, it is Lindo and Mosaku and Jordan. I'm like, I'm going to make 3 videos about how someone from Sinners won. I might be repeating myself at that point. I don't know. But like, I have to, like, if Lindo wins tomorrow in a shocker, I have to make that video. Like, I'm not going to not make that. So, thank you for your donation, Adventure. Sentimental value losing screenplay and supporting performances at BAFTA. shows that this movie is not as strong as we thought it was. Do you think it will be enough for The Secret Agent to upsets? Well, it's not like Secret Agent did well at BAFTA either. You know, neither film was nominated at SAG, so that doesn't help us. When, you know, trying to predict international feature, like all I can really turn to outside of like, you know, Secret Agent winning some prizes in the international feature category, like a Critics' Choice and Golden Globes, and then Sentimental Value won in that category at BAFTA. Like in a very close race, all I can really do at this point, guys, is just look at the number of nominations. Secret Agent has 4 and Sentimental Value has 9, including director, including 4 acting nominations, including editing. I just think the Sentimental Value nomination package, it makes more sense to go with that in international feature tomorrow night. I think The Secret Agent wins based on passion. Maybe there's just more passion. Like during that week of Oscar voting, more people wanted to vote for Secret Agent over Sentimental Value, maybe. But I'm not like, you know, I know it's really, really stupid, but I'm using like my intuition a lot the last few weeks. I had this gut feeling about Wunmi Mosaku at BAFTA. I'm like, it doesn't make much sense. Like she's British, but like it's probably going to be Taylor or Inga. But I just was like, I think I'm going to go with Mosaku. I had this feeling about her and it paid off. And the same thing happened at SAG. A lot of people were predicting Chalamet. And I had this gut feeling it's not going to be Chalamet. If it's not him, who is it? I think it's Jordan. Let's go with Jordan. Let's just go for it. And then it paid off. That's kind of why I'm going with Lindo tomorrow night, honestly. I'm like, let's complete the trifecta. The Mosaku prediction at BAFTA, the Jordan prediction at SAG, the Lindo prediction at the Oscars, and then also predict Mosaku and Jordan. Just feels very clean to me. The trifecta of no guts, no glory. And then I'm like, you know, Brian, you're probably going to get those wrong, at least 2. You know, the universe is going to say, oh, Brian had his moments, you know, predicting some correctly at BAFTA and SAG. We're going to bring him back down to earth at the Oscars. Like, Brian, like you've had your fun and now it's time for the real deal wins here. It's not going to be Sinners. I don't know. But I'm just like, I got to go for it at the end here. Like, just go for it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Don't you think that One Battle After Another is a little overrated? Well, I picked it for the best film of the year, so no. I mean, you know, I watched it a second time over the holidays. Those 2 very long scenes with like the club of those men when they're like talking to Sean Penn in the first scene, and that second scene where he goes into the bunker and they sit around that table. There's 2 scenes in that movie that are kind of long, very talky. You know, like those are the 2 scenes of the film. I'm like, on the second viewing, I was like, we could move this along a little bit. Other than that, I mean, I just think that is a near perfect film. I love the cast. I love the story. I love the way it's edited and shots. And, you know, Paul Thomas Anderson working on this grand scale, which he rarely gets to do. I was really taken with it. So, you know, said it before, I'll say it again. If it is One Battle in Picture, I am not going to cry. I got my prediction wrong. Like, I'm going to be very happy tomorrow night. I think no matter what happens tomorrow, I will be happy. Even if I have to force myself to be. After the Demi Moore thing a year ago, where I'm like, Brian, Mikey Madison, that was your favorite performance of the year. She won. And you had no reaction. And you're like, oh, okay. Like, Brian, what is the matter with you, Brian? Like, be excited in this moment. I'm not doing that again tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, you know, if I don't get the top predictions right, but it's performances and films that I adore, I am going to clap. I'm going to celebrate. I'm doing it. If The Secret Agent wins, you come to Brazil. Okay. You gonna pay for my flight? I'd be happy to. So guys, I have to leave in about 15 minutes. So I'll hang on here for about 10 to 15 more minutes. If you guys have any final questions you are dying to ask me, now is the time. Can you guys believe? I wanted to come on here. One of you has to know the answer to this. So I looked yesterday, the Oscars, it says it starts at 4 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. That's the start of the ceremony, right? 4 p.m. tomorrow on the West Coast. it's not like 4 p.m. is an hour of red carpet and then 5 is when it starts. The actual ceremony, Conan O'Brien, starts at 4 tomorrow on the West Coast. Is that right? Does anyone know the answer to that? I looked on like 5 different websites and they all said coverage begins at 4 p.m. And I'm like, it's the show, right? It's not just red carpet coverage, because that has happened before. And I don't know if it was the Oscars or like where it said like the ceremony, it said it starts at 4 or 5 or whatever it was. And then I put the show on and it was like an hour of red carpet and then the show started. I'm like, so red carpet on like ABC, it's ABC, right? It starts at 3:30 for like a half hour and then like the ceremony begins at 4 West Coast time. Okay. Because I'm gonna start my live stream tomorrow, you guys, like at 4. And I'll be like, if I start that live stream, I guess we'll just hang out for an hour if it was red carpet. But I kind of want to start the live stream like as the show starts is the goal. So have you ever held a real Oscar? If so, whose was it? Actually, I don't remember whose it was. So I went to the Academy Museum, you guys, in November of 2022, which is incredible. If you're an Oscars buff, you have to check out this museum. They have a whole room of Oscar trophies that are there. I mean, it was amazing. And I don't know if it's still $15, but they had this $15 experience in a separate room where you go in and you hold in your hands a real Oscar. I can't remember if she said like whose it was, but it was an actual Oscar. It's not like, some fake phony thing. It's very heavy, like extremely heavy. I was like, whoa, I did not expect that. And so like on my YouTube channel, like the little icon of me holding that Oscar, that's from the Academy Museum in November of 2022. So God, it's like almost 4 years ago. I should probably go back and update that picture, right? It's like something I'm planning to do, you guys. I'm like, I know I need to update my thumbnail images. All of those images of me you see are from 2023. And I'm like, I don't even have facial hair anymore. And I got like facial hair in all of them. So it's like, I'm like, well, you guys click on the video anyway. I don't think most of you care, but I was like, maybe in April, like I'm going to have a day and like, have a few new poses for the thumbnails. It's just like, I'm just using the same stuff I made for the channel like 3 years ago now. I'm like, Brian, should maybe update those. But correction, 4:30 p.m. Is it not start? Is the show? I mean, like if I start the live stream, I get comfy on my couch. I start the live stream at 4, and the show doesn't start till 4:30. Like that's fine. Like we can just sit and chat for a little bit. But I don't want it to be like a full hour or more. Like the show actually doesn't start till 5:30. It's an hour and a half or more of red carpet coverage. I don't want to just sit there and watch all of that. I'll watch some of it. I mean, when I was younger, I would watch all of that stuff. When I was a teenager, you guys, E would start their Oscar coverage at noon my time. Maybe it was 9 a.m. It might have been 9. And it was like a full day of Oscars coverage. They'd have people come on and predict. They would have fashion segments. What are they cooking? And I would sit there in high school, middle school. Like I would sit there. I'd have my homework I have to get done for Monday. I would at 9 a.m. or noon, whatever it was, like before the show that night. And I would like sit there, have my lunch, work on homework, and I'd watch the full day of coverage. I don't really do that anymore. Like I'll tune into some red carpet coverage, but do you guys feel this with like those short snippets of interview where it's like 90 seconds or less and they're just asking like, who are you wearing? And they ask like two or three questions. I admire the work that those interviewers are doing because that's gotta be tough, man. You've got like all of these nominees, all of these people coming your way, and then you have like 90 seconds to ask them 2 things and then on to the next person. It's just, you don't learn very much from those little interviews. And so I guess it's nice to see everybody, see what they're wearing and stuff, but it's not a priority for me to watch all of the red carpet coverage tomorrow. Like, I might tune into some of it, but I am planning to do some things tomorrow. Like I'm going to be in the States once I wake up tomorrow morning. I'm going to my Humane Society to work with some dogs. I'm going to go out, probably do some grocery shopping. I'm going to go to the library. I have some holds for some DVDs and some books. I'm like, I need to get out of the house tomorrow for at least 3 to 4 hours and just go do some stuff Because I don't want to just be pacing my house like, oh, what's gonna happen? Like, I need to like just we all do. We all need to relax, just enjoy the show. Whatever happens, happens. We're just here celebrating movies. So, all right, guys, about 5 more minutes. Any final questions you have? Like the next time you will see me is going to be tomorrow at 4 West Coast time, 7 East Coast time for the live stream. I've never live streamed my reactions to the Oscars before, so that'll be something. It's going to be, I'm going to like, I mean, I'm definitely going to have some outbursts, hopefully all positive. I'm excited. It's weird. This happened last year. It's weird in what I do and how often for months I'm thinking about one night. It's like all of these months of predictions and having 8, 9, 10 guests on since going back to like September, and prediction videos and reviews of all these movies, blah 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 blah. And it's like everything I do here, like not everything, but like a lot of what I do, it all comes down to this one ceremony tomorrow night. And then after like 3.5 hours, it's over. And I just remember, like, especially last year, after having really gone all in on prediction videos and stuff. And that's like the best picture win, and then they roll credits, and then you're like, oh, okay, that's it. And I'm not one to just be like, 5 minutes after the Oscars tomorrow, okay, let's look to next season. I'm just like I need like some time to decompress. But it is kind of funny just how many months I have spent thinking about these films and performances and potential wins and losses, whatever. And it all comes down to one ceremony tomorrow night. Over and done in 3.5 hours. So yeah, any final questions? I have a few minutes left here. What would be your biggest outburst? It'll be Delroy Lindo will be the biggest one. Because is there anyone else who does what I do? Like anyone else with a YouTube channel who's predicting him? I think I'm the only one. So that would be cool. I'd just be like, yeah, I did it. I called that. And it would be such a cool moment. It's very unlikely. So that would be my biggest outburst would be that. Last year, were you at a party for the Oscars? It was kind of like a small party of like 5, 6 people. I went to my brother and sister-in-law's place and we watched the Oscars there. And I was thinking that night, I'm like, maybe next year I'll do a live stream. Maybe not. I'm not quite ready for it now. Maybe in a year I'll try it. And here we are. I'm doing it. So yeah, that's tomorrow nights. Any final questions? Okay. We have another person who predicted, Jordan, Buckley, Penn, Madigan. See, that's the thing. Jordan, Buckley, Penn, Madigan. I feel like 90 to 95% of people are predicting the SAG 4. And sure, it might just be that, but I'm like, in a season where we have had big surprises all along the way, are the 4 people who win at the Oscars tomorrow night in acting just gonna be the same 4 from SAG? I am not fully convinced of that. Maybe it is. But I really hope for one really cool surprise in an acting category. And I think it's Delroy Lindo. I feel it. I feel like something is brewing there. He is this wild card who maybe could pull this off in a total stunner. And I'm like, man, that would be a moment. Especially if Sean Penn isn't even there. I'll be like, wow, anti-climax much of like Penn's not even in the room. They're like, Sean Penn, we accept this award on his behalf. And that's it. I'll be like, okay. So anything else, you guys? I got to get going in a moment here. Going to a friend's birthday party, another event this weekend where I don't have to think all about tomorrow night. Like let my brain go free a little bit and talk about some other things. Even though probably what we'll talk about the most is the Oscars. I don't know. What are you thinking about supporting actors, supporting actress? Do you think Delroy can pull it off? My friend will be like, Brian, I don't care that much about the Oscar. I'll be like, okay. Sorry I brought it up. So this has been really fun, you guys. Thanks so much for your support. I mean, man, I'm just always so moved by, you guys showing up for video after video. I might make 5, 6 final Oscar prediction videos, but you will watch them all. I promise I'm not watching one. I'm not making one tomorrow. I'm not going to make. I'm not going to make a very, very, very final predictions video for tomorrow morning. But I know, like, some of you guys would watch it. Is he making a change? I can't do it, guys. I mean, yeah, maybe I could make 1 or 2 changes here at the end, but I'm gonna stick to what I predicted on Thursday. I'm gonna go down with the center ship if that's what happens, or maybe it does better than we're expecting, and so we'll see. I think it's gonna be fun. But yeah, thanks so much, guys, for joining me for this live stream today. Again, next time you see me, we'll be watching the Oscars together. Anyone who wants to join, I will be on here tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I will start live streaming. You can watch the Oscars with me if you want, and that'll be a lot of fun as we wrap up this really exciting award season. So it's only about almost just a little over 24 hours away. Like, we're almost there, you guys. I know it's been a really long season, but we're getting there. And I'm like at the end of this road. Like, I'm excited to see finally, like, who's going to win, what's going to win. And it's going to be a really great ceremony. Conan O'Brien knocked it out of the park a year ago, and he's back, and he's going to be freaking fantastic. I'm probably going to be crying a little bit in the in memoriam stuff. We lost so many great people in the industry this last year, so it's going to be sad as well. And hopefully just a lot of really fun surprises. So yeah. So I hope you guys join me tomorrow. Of course, I will also have a reaction video after the facts, after my live stream tomorrow. But yeah, plan on joining me if you want. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific Coast time and 7 p.m. East Coast time, I will watch the entirety of the Oscars on a live stream tomorrow. So yeah, check that out, and have a great rest of your day. Sleep well, have a good night's sleep, rest, eat your vegetables, have your strength, because tomorrow night it's going to be nerve-wracking. It's going to be crazy. We're probably going to get a couple big surprises. So just be well rested, well fed, and we're all going to get through it together. We are going to have the greatest time tomorrow night during the 98th Academy Awards. I am so excited. It's finally here. And thanks again to all of you for all of your support over the last few months. It really means the world to me. So thanks again for watching. I will see you next time at the Awards Contender. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.